The Crypto Markets Update is presented by Grayscale, the world's largest digital currency asset manager.
All right, how quickly the markets change. Checking in on the CoinDesk Bitcoin price XBX index, now slightly in the red, about 0.4%. Bitcoin trading at $54,135. The CoinDesk Ether price ETX index is at 3,577. ETH is still chugging along in the positive territory, 3.7% up for the past 24 hours. And the new DFX CoinDesk's DeFi index is at 592, also making an advance of 5% for the day. Joining us now to discuss the crypto markets is Don Roberts, CEO of the Small Exchange, which offers futures trading. Hello there, Don. So we're seeing
Good morning.
Good morning. We've seen this bump in Bitcoin for the past couple of days. A whale buying $1.6 billion worth of Bitcoin. Who do you think it might be, or what do you think is behind this bounce?
Well, it certainly wasn't me, I'll tell you that much. But I think that the continued global adoption of the digital asset markets will continue to spur large block trades or acquisition of the actual digital asset to further the market, right? And you guys are doing a great job. Christine, Lawrence, Emily, I watch you guys every morning, and you are the biggest fact-based source of information that I get regarding the digital asset space. And having firms like MoneyGram and others join the digital asset, I don't want to call it a revolution, but it is, right? It's here to stay, and it will continue to grow. And with your guys' help, the education that you guys provide will continue the furtherance of the markets. And I'm not blowing smoke up your patooties here either. So
that's fine. You can all you want, but Don, but back to Christine's question a little bit is that this big whale buying, what was it related in any way? Do you see any relationship between that and some of the credit crisis right now happening in China? It seems that the past few days or a couple of weeks here where you had all this problems with lenders creating sort of financial instability in China. Do you think that a whale buying that happened yesterday, such a large amount in a market that isn't able to necessarily absorb $1.6 billion in buying all at once, does that indicate some sort of more of a rush to get out of a position, or a rush to move money out of a place rather than a long-term purchase?
I'm not entirely convinced that it's a rush to get out, but in the traditional markets, there's always this collateral trade that will happen where someone will foresee or create an arbitrage opportunity between traditional markets, exchanges, different products, etc. And I think it's more of that, Lawrence, that people are diversifying their exposure to certain assets.
Hi, Don. Thanks for the kind words about the show. Just like kind of a bigger picture question, what is driving this most recent rally? Why is Bitcoin shooting up in the past week or so, despite bad news from China, regulatory uncertainty from the U.S.? What do you think is going on?
It's the further adoption. The more the public gets educated, the more the traditional financial institutions get involved in the marketplace and realize that it is not going away, that there are opportunities in the market to trade, hedge, speculate across different asset classes. I think, Emily, it's just going to continue to grow. Like MoneyGram, I was very excited. I wasn't aware of what MoneyGram was looking to do. And that just increases the capability of putting crypto in every wallet, so to speak, or provide that opportunity for every wallet. And I think that that's just going to continue. Look, I've been in the financial industry for over 20-something years. Products come and go, and exposure comes and goes. And now with the development of the asset classes, the different digital assets that are being put out there for investment purposes, opportunity. And look, let's be frank, there's a lot of speculation going on. But the sure sign of a maturity of an asset class is when people start offering derivatives on those products to provide access to create more of a strategic investment. And that's going to continue. Look, the crypto and digital asset space, although it's grown dramatically since the first time I heard about cryptos in the early 2000s, that this was coming from a friend over a drink in a bar, the world has changed. Like, it's past the early, I think it's getting much past the early adopter phase, and it's become a mature market.
So speaking of derivatives, you're obviously seeing the futures market. Are you noticing anything interesting in the past few days in terms of the curves, the futures curve? Are you seeing any particular points that are of interest that's happening right now in the futures market?
Well, the drive up in the asset market, in those assets, is primarily due to accumulation or collateral trade, in my opinion, and the increased exposure. In the futures markets, especially on our exchange, we've seen people, instead of looking to day trade or scalp the asset, people are actually buying it and holding it for a little bit longer of a period of time. And as our products like we can offer, and other exchanges can offer, I think we're going to see more of that, Lawrence. I really do.
Okay. Don, I can't help but notice behind you, is that a bear in a bowl looking at a honey badger? Or I'm just curious.
So, Christine, yeah. So
all right.
When we're a startup. We're just a really good group of guys.
All right.
That got together with a great idea. We built our own trade matching engine. We built our own products. And the bull and bear was kind of the symbol of the incumbent exchanges and their large overbearing presence, and how they drive cost and all this good stuff. And that's our little hedgehog.
Oh, hedgehog. Okay, hedgehog.
A hedgehog is a very clever little guy, right? He survived thousands of years of evolution and still here. And because he's a crafty, clever little guy, and we like to think of ourselves.
Keep going, Don, and the hedgehog. People. All right, we got to wrap it there. But thanks for joining us, Don. Appreciate your insights. That was the Small Exchange.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks for the kind words.